So in this video, we're just gonna talk about wraps. As you may know, our Model X is wrapped with Aurora Borealis Metallic, and it needs some warranty repair done. And actually not even repaired, it couldn't repair it. They're just gonna rewrap the bumper. So it's about a week apart between some footage of the video from the day I went in and showed it to them and they fixed the rear bumper issues. And now it's a week later and they went ahead and rewrap it. So it's probably a pretty long video. I have chapter markers in the video description below, so skip around on the parts that you want to skip around. Let me know what you think, and thank you for watching. So we are in the Model X studios today on our way to Wrap Legacy, the shop that did our wrap on the Model X, to have them inspect the wrap after a few months. And there's been some areas that may need to be redone under warranty work, so we're gonna have them take a look and see what they say. Okay, so we got back from Wrap Legacy. They took care of some warranty work, but one of the things that they couldn't fix is the front bumper. It looks like they have to rewrap it, and so they took some samples right under the hood, so that they can take it to TinyBot so that they can reprint or recreate. I don't know what the word is, but they need to go reorder the material, but they would want a color sample because the wrap's already been out in the sun, and so there may be some not 100% accurate color or anything like that. So they want a sample, and so I told them just if they could just pull it from the under the hood so that it's not seen that much. But the rear bumper has been fixed, and we're gonna wait a few days and set up an appointment to get that taken care of and rewrapped. Okay, so we are headed back to the wrap shop to get the front bumper rewrapped, I guess, because they gave us an option. The area where they need to fix, we could have done the black wrap like we did with the previous Model Y we had, but I didn't think it would look as good, so we opted to just rewrap the whole bumper. One of the issues though with rewrapping the bumper is the color may not match, because I guess they print these wraps in batches, are made to order or something, and so it's possible that they may not match, but they did take some samples before they went and reordered it. So TinyBot is a local shop, and they went ahead and got it, and we're gonna head into the shop today for them to remove the old wrap and rewrap the bumper. All right, so we are on our way to the wrap shop, and I thought I'd take some time to just talk about how I feel about wraps in general. And I'm also trying, it's a good opportunity to try this Insta360 camera I just picked up, and figure out how to use it. But anyway, so I'm in the Model X studios, and this is our second car that we wrapped. If you've been following me, our previous Model Y 7-seater long range, Abby's previous Model Y, we also got that wrap, pretty much the same wrap color, Aurora Borealis, except the Model Y is in a matte finish, so it had more of a white, cream, pink, like I guess default color, but as the sun like hits it, sometimes it's like blue, sometimes it's green. And then we had the black side mirrors and front, the below the grill, we got that area blacked out as well, so it looked like it was a one-piece thing. Initially I didn't want to get it wrapped, I mean, but it was her car, she was paying for it, whatever, so it's fine. But if you were to ask me, I wouldn't have done it, because I'm coming from one who I have a long commute. So I drive to LA, I drive over 110 miles, 120 miles sometimes, maybe even more sometimes if I have to run errands on the way home. But I've had modified cars in the past, not like uber modified, but enough to give you a headache if you're going to be commuting that distance. Now, many people modify their cars, but those cars are probably like their weekend car or their show car or just an event car, and they have a daily driver that's not as modified as the cars that you see out there. I am not in that situation. We're not in that situation. We have currently two cars. We have the Model Y Performance and this Model X Long Range, and we're sort of modifying it, but we're just not doing too much because, again, we use these cars, and the more modifications you do, not many people realize there's warranties and wear and tear behind anything. And so the more mods you do, the more you drive, the more likely things can break or just things need to get touched up. And so in this case, I need to go get it touched up through a warranty work. So if you're gonna get your cars wrapped, one of the things you really should ask the shop is what kind of warranty do you have for these wraps. Now, there's manufacturer's warranty, and then there's installation warranty. So this particular shop I go to, they give a 1-year warranty. So last week I went and showed them the rear bumper. It was coming out. So that's a common thing with Tesla, wrapped Teslas. At least the two that we've wrapped, it happened that the rear bumper starts to come out because the panel gaps, oddly enough to say, the panel gaps are so tight in the bumpers that we've had, the Model Y and this Model X. It's just tight that as you're driving and vibrations, bumps, pretty much just part of the wear and tear, the two panels rub on each other, and the wrap, because wraps are tucked in, they have a tendency to slip out or crease because of the slack that it creates when it starts to come out. So you'll see like these wrinkles and things. So for the most part, that shop I go to, it's warranty work. It depends on the shop that you go to. They may just say, oh, it's wear and tear, man, like if you want us to fix it, you may have to pay. But so far the shop that we've gotten our two Teslas wrapped in considers it as warranty, and they just fix it. It takes about 30 minutes to an hour depending on where it is. So fortunately it's not a lot of labor behind it. And then the front bumper, when I showed it to them, they're just gonna rewrap it. It's just not gonna work cleaning the area where it came loose and re-gluing it. So they're gonna rewrap it. I'm a little concerned with the color difference, although talking with some people and looking it up online, there may not be an issue with it, considering that I think we wrapped this car in March or April and it's July. I can't even remember what month it was, but it's only about 4 months, and this is a weekend car. Sometimes Abby takes it to work, and it's parked in the shade, but it's usually not in direct sunlight. And when we do drive it in the weekend, I mean, it's just most of the time we'll be in Vegas and we park at the parking structure or we valet it, so it's inside the structure. But I don't think there's that much wear and tear, considering it's a 4-month-old wrap, and it's, regardless, I think it's still not enough time out in the sun to experience any colors not matching. So we'll see. I mean, they did take samples, as I mentioned before, and the wrap is Tiny Bot, I believe, is in Orange County somewhere. And so they took the samples and can't remember how many yards of material, but they're gonna rewrap it. But if you were to ask me about wrapping the car, I mean, just consider that if you use your car a lot, it's wear and tear. I mean, it's just wear and tear. So just I guess expect it. I'm not trying to discourage, man. The cars I've seen that are wrapped look really nice. I'd like to do it. I'm still on the fence. I'm still window shopping on the wrap for the Model Y, whether or not to do it. But it's just from what I've experienced in the past with modifications to cars, how much I use my car, that's what's holding me back from doing a lot more to the Model Y than I want to. Especially that I've been going to these meets and getting a bunch of ideas. It just brought back so many memories of modifying cars and just the car club culture, and just the community is just really fun, and just a lot of awesome people, great cars. We learn things, I learn things, and it just encourages you to do things to the car. And on top of that, man, I'm gonna be honest, and you probably know, white Teslas are everywhere because they're the free color. Well, not anymore, because right now it's the MSM, the Midnight Silver Metallic. But it's and on top of that, I've noticed a lot of Model Y performance, a lot more. So, and they have mud flaps. So I thought putting mud flaps not only makes it look good, but also helps me distinguish between other white Model Ys. But yeah, a lot more people are putting mud flaps. So yeah, I want to wrap the Model Y, but like today we're doing some maintenance on the wrap. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Hopefully they're gonna let me film, so at least it'll take some time off of the waiting time. Otherwise, there's a couple of cafes nearby I could walk, or I could Uber. I think I looked it up. It's like just about a mile walking distance that I can just go, but I think it's gonna be like in the 90s somewhere. So I'm just wearing basketball shorts and a white shirt. And I got my backpack with me to do some work and stuff. But I don't know. Hopefully they let me video things, and I could share that footage with you. You know, one thing though that I've noticed is some wraps appear different in Model 3s than in Model Ys. Maybe it's just that lower stature of car, like sedans look different. And you may think like, oh, it's the same color, you know. It's like, I think it's just the size, and just because the Model Y sits higher, it may seem to appear different because of that. And so Miguel from the tint shop I go to actually mentioned it to me that tint shade may seem different between like sedans and SUVs, even though they're the same percent. Some may seem darker than others, simply because of the eye level, I guess. I don't know. And when Chichai Richard got his Model 3 tinted, I had a side-by-side comparison. I don't know if you guys checked that out on my shorts. They do have some difference in like the shade, in the percent. In some angles it looks darker than other angles, like, you know, depending on how high you are or how low you are. So I don't know, there's probably science behind that, or maybe I'm really getting old and my eyes are just playing tricks on me. But that's also something to consider if you're checking out wraps, and if you're looking at pictures of wraps, the color that you like, and it's a different body style, I guess, than what your car is. Like, for instance, if you have an SUV and you've been looking at sedans with that color, it may look different than, you know, what it would look like when it's installed on your car, when it's put on your car. So just consider that. And yeah, we're almost there. We're gonna see what happens. All right, I'm gonna find something to do. I'm gonna walk somewhere, and it's gonna take a couple hours, a few hours. All right, so 6.5 hours later, I'm on my way home. They pretty much had to remove the wrap, and they had to remove the adhesive, the residue, if there was any left, as they removed it. And then they cleaned the area and rewrapped the bumper. So they removed the bumper and wrapped it that way. So there is a little kind of I don't know if you want to call it discoloration, but the color slightly is mismatching a little bit, but according to them, it give it a couple of days and it should match up again. So we'll see. You could hardly tell, I guess. I don't know. Check the video footage. I kind of could tell, but I'm gonna give it a couple of days and maybe do a follow-up video, or maybe do like a short form video on it, just to show you if it has matched up again or anything. But that's one of the disadvantages if you have to do a rewrap on certain parts of the car for warranty purposes or maintenance, is just the colors may not match because the rest of the car has been out in the sun, exposed to the elements, things like that. So that's kind of the thing. I asked them if it was because it's one of the color changing wraps, and they said apparently it's all wraps do that. So just bear that in mind, that if you have to rewrap just a portion of the car, it is possible that the colors may not match, or it may take several days for it to match up, or at least get closer to matching up. Also, wraps don't last forever, so just keep that in mind as well, depending on how you maintain your car as far as washing, keeping it in the shade. If you live in very hot weather areas like California, or like Florida, maybe with the humidity, I don't know if humidity affects it, but you know, but just do more research on it. But yeah, I depending on the brand of wraps, depending on if you ceramic coat it or PPF it, it could prolong the lifespan of the wrap. But I don't know, we've never kept a car long enough to know, because our previous Model Y we sold after a year, and I think the wrap was only like 7 months old. Before we sold it, it was about 7 months old. And then our Model X, it's I think 3 months ago is when we wrapped it. So we'll see how that goes. But if you're wondering what I did for 6.5 hours, I had to go to Best Buy, so I walked. It was a hot day today, and I had to go to Best Buy to pick up some cables for a monitor I just got. And after that, I went to Montclair Plaza, which is about a little over a mile away. Yeah, I'm crazy walking that. So I didn't want to take Uber and then take Uber back. Fortunately, the mall has an AMC theater, and didn't realize that Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning is out. So I asked the people that worked on, like, how long is this movie? 3 hours. I'm like, perfect. I didn't know at that time how long it was gonna take, but I ended up watching it. It was actually a pretty good movie, and there was a part there that kind of implies that BMW has a better FSD than Tesla. So just look out for that scene if you're gonna watch it. It cracked me up a little bit, that BMW is able to do that in that movie, but that's why it's a movie, right? Also on the way back, I got some snacks. I didn't really get a good lunch, but I got some snack at this bakery, and on the way back, I came up on a Porsche parked on the street, and a tree, like a little tree, fell on it or something. So I'll put the B-roll up. Kind of laughed a little bit, but dang, I don't think it damaged the car. It wasn't a big tree or anything, but the things you find when you're walking. But yeah, so that's really about it for this video. I just wanted to share how it is to have a wrapped car, what could possibly happen, you know, like as far as maintenance and warranty work, if warranty is needed. If you're gonna wrap your car, find a good shop that would warranty their work, like the shop that I go to. So just ask those questions, because these things don't last forever. So always plan ahead for that, and just get familiar with what warranties, you know, and lifespans of the product that you're purchasing, because it is a pretty good investment. Like it's expensive. So just keep that in mind. So if you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully this does not deter those who are on the fence about wraps. I think they're a great mod for a car. It personalizes the car, as long as another person did not pick that color. But there's so many different colors that you could choose from, many different brands. Just go to a shop, they have the little flip books. I looked at the 3M website, and it doesn't have the same selection of colors as if you were to visit the shops. So they have these like sample ones. It's like real thick. It's real thick. So I don't think they display all the possible colors on the website. So just find a shop and check out their little samples if you're looking at it. But so hopefully you like this video. If you like it, please like the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support, and I'll see you on the next one.